everyone, welcome to Monica's Singapore Kitchen. Today I'm going to make a traditional Nyonya Kueh called Nyonya Kueh Bingka Ubi, otherwise known as baked cassava cake. It is made from grated cassava and coconut cream, baked into a delicious, sweet, soft and springy cake with a golden brown crispy crust. Come along with me to see how it is prepared. So first of all, let's go to the supermarket to buy cassava root. I need 2 kg of unpeeled cassava root. I need to get about 1.4 kg of the grated flesh. Look for the ones that are firm with no soft spots. They should look clean, fresh smelling, even thickness if possible, and if the ends are cut, it should reveal bright white flesh. Avoid these looking very gnarly with soft, dark, moldy patches, deep cracks, dark lines or discoloration in the flesh. So don't buy these. So here we are. We are going to buy this at $1.80 per kg. So it is one of the cheapest Nyonya Kuehs to make. So when we bring this home, we need to wash to get rid of mud and soil. Then we're going to cut the head and the tail. These are the areas where it is very fibrous. So the flesh should look white, something like this. When I was in Penang, we used to grow cassava plant. When freshly harvested, it is very easy to peel. Just make a slit and remove the bark. However, these ones I bought from the market today, looks like it has been sitting on the crate for a few days. So the skin tends to stick to the flesh. Hence, the bark is difficult to remove. So I find it much easier if I just use a knife to peel it like so. So after peeling, it looks something like this. So then we need to wash them. Then let's grate the cassava. So you can use a grater to grate the cassava. Try to use the fine grater to grate. You can also use a food processor if you have one. However, the grated cassava is more coarse than the one used using the food processor. So when you use a food processor, you need to cut it into smaller pieces, small chunks like so. And then we are going to grate it in batches. So the texture should be fine, uniform, and a bit grainy, something like this. So this is what we are trying to achieve. So we're going to put this aside. So this is the first half of it. So you continue to grate the second half. I'm using the food processor as well. Right, so once it's grated, so we need to add some other ingredients. So we have 3 tablespoons of custard powder, 300 grams of sugar, then 250 milliliters of coconut cream. You can use fresh coconut if you want to. Then I also added 3 eggs. So these are 3 medium-sized eggs. If your eggs are large, 2 eggs will be sufficient. So then the grated coconut, the cassava is 1.4 kg. So it's just 1.4 kg out of the 2 kg of unpeeled cassava. So I also added salt. And then we are going to mix them together. So I added custard powder to provide flavor, aroma, color, and to improve the texture. Look at this bright yellow color. Isn't it beautiful? Now we are going to transfer the cassava into a mold. So just line the bottom with banana leaf And I also, grease the sides to ensure that the cake does not stick to the side of my mold. Then transfer it into the mold, all of it, at one go. Then gently flatten the top, so make sure that it is level. And just give it a couple of taps to release any trapped air. Then we are going to bake it in a preheated oven at 190 degrees Celsius for 1 hour 20 minutes. So once it's baked, it will look something like this. Nice golden brown, bright yellow in color. So while it is still warm, we are going to brush the top with melted butter to add a layer of richness, shine, and golden brown crust. This enhances the flavor and appeal to our cassava cake. So after brushing, you have a choice. You can just leave it like that, as what I'm doing, or you can just shove it back into the oven for 5 minutes to make it even golden brown, the crust. Then after 2 or 3 hours of resting, we can detach the cassava cake from the sides. It will naturally pull away from the sides when it cools. Then tip it over, and here we are. Our cassava cake looks something like this. So the next thing we want to do is to cut into smaller pieces. You can cut it into any shape or any size according to what you prefer. So it should have a texture that is very nice, something like this. So then I cut it into smaller pieces. As with any Nyonya Kueh, it is best served with a hot cup of tea, and we have friends and loved ones to share this delicious Nyonya Kueh. This is one of the easiest Nyonya Kuehs to prepare, almost fail-proof. So do give this recipe a try when you have the time. Till we meet again in another video, as always, happy cooking!